policy to a user. But I told you that is not the way we are handling in production environment. We are supposed to have a group. The user should be attached to the group. Policy should be attached to the group. So whatever policy attached to the group, all the user would automatically inherit that particular policy who are the member of that group. Correct? So this is how we are going to do the workflow. So similarly, if I take an example, for example, let's say I do have a resource which I'm going to create, and that resource is called as S3 bucket. Okay, this is an S3 bucket which I'm going to create it. Let's say the name of this bucket is my bucket. Okay, this is my bucket test. Okay, this is a simple name which I'm going to give into this bucket. Now this is an S3 service which we are going to use it. Now inside this bucket I'm supposed to put the objects, any object, because this is an object oriented storage. So I can put an Excel sheet, a picture, a movie, anything, whatever I want, I can put it on it. Now what I need to do it, I need to provide the permission to access this object. Okay, now this is one of the service which I'm going to create it on the top of Amazon, and through the Amazon Identity and Access Management service, I will provide the control on it. Okay, so what I will do it, I will create two groups over here. Okay, so there should be two groups. I'm going to create it. The first group would have read-only access. So what I will do it, I will create a group called as read-only. Okay, so this group which we are going to create, it's a read-only group. Okay, now this read-only group, we are going to attach a policy over here. Now I told you what is the policy. Policy is a JSON document, but this policy we are not going to use it as an existence one. We are going to create a policy over here. Now create the policy where it should only read the objects and bucket. So he can list the buckets and he can list the object inside that bucket. Other than that, you won't be able to do anything with this group. So this is the policy which I am supposed to create with the help of a JSON document, or with the help of, I told you that there is another method. If you are very good in a JSON, you can refer the complete API reference guide for AIM. That will tell you the complete parameters which you can use in order to create a JSON document. Correct? But this particular policy, we are going it with the very simplest format. So we can do it in a graphical way. I will tell you one more interesting fact about it. Okay, so this is what we are going to create it. So this is the second thing. And after that, the third thing, what we are going to do it, we are going to create a user called as test1. And test1 should be the member of, okay, this user, it's technically the member of this group called as read only. Okay, we will provide him the console login, and once the console login would be available, okay, he should be able to log into that particular S3 bucket. He should be able to see that S3 bucket, but he won't be able to do anything, any more activity on the top of it. So this is an activity which I am going to show you, okay, in this particular workflow. Then you are supposed to show me one more workflow where you are going to create another user called as test2, and that test2 user can do all the activity only on that S3 bucket, not on any other objects. Only from that S3 bucket he is going to do it. So first, what we are supposed to do it, we are supposed to create an S3 bucket. Now there is a service, okay, called as S3. You can click on that S3 service. We will discuss this service in detail. Don't worry about it. I would say this is the bucket name which we have decided, my bucket or my bucket test, we can do it. So I would say create my bucket test. This is the name which I want. Now in S3, it is very important that you are supposed to provide the unique name. Okay, it should not contain any space or uppercase letter. So be careful while putting this particular name, because this name would be uniquely identified across that particular region. Okay, so currently this is the name, this is the region where I want this particular bucket needs to be created. If I do have an existing bucket and if I want to copy all the settings, I really don't have any bucket. Whether this bucket is publicly available, no, this bucket is not publicly available. These are the settings. Bucket versioning, you need to do it. No, I do not need to do any versioning. We will not discuss anything at this moment of time. We just need to create this bucket, and I would say create. Okay, now this bucket name has to be unique because somebody already used this name. So what I will do it, my Mangesh. I hope this name won't be taken by someone. That's great. So that name is available. You can see that particular bucket has been created. Now currently I'm logged in as a root. So I can do anything, whatever I want. Correct? Now inside this bucket, if I want, I can upload any document. Okay, if we can go here and okay, from my particular machine, I would be able to attach any particular file. For example, AZ104. Okay, this is an upload, so it would get uploaded. Upload is successful. So this is the destination of that particular file. Correct? So I can do anything, whatever I want, because I am a root. Correct? Now I have created one bucket. Now this bucket contains a very important information. Okay. Now what I need that I need to provide some access to one of my group who can only go and read this bucket. They should not be able to do any more activity on it. They only do the reading activity. They should list what is available over there. How do I do that? Simple thing. You are going to use the service called as IMA for this. I will go to this IMA. Now here, what is the standard process? As per the